The Midsummer Classic, for the most part, I had this on the main screen. I got accused by one of our listeners for caring about Summer League basketball.
More than the All-Star game? Or
said the All-Star game's on. There's reruns of Seinfeld on TBS. How dare you care about this? And I kind of see the point. I do, but I had it on the iPad. But first of all, there's a couple things here. We got some Skeens. Okay, got him out.
We did.
That was fantastic.
Otani, performance we wanted.
Yep.
Runs were scored.
Yes.
Mason Miller almost threw 104 miles an hour.
Yes.
That was wild.
A Red Sox MVP. And what the hell were the uniforms? We had a good little Midsummer Classic.
There was a lot going on there, no question.
Did you guys know that the game was in Dallas? Did you pick up on that in the lead-in intro videos? Did you know that it was in Dallas? Could you tell it was in Texas? Did you know the game was in Texas?
Is that stadium?
Chuck Norris was all of a sudden going to walk out and do something.
Does that stadium,
it's horrible.
Does it kind of suck?
I think it does.
Yeah.
Didn't feel like a good environment.
It's indoors, and it has to be because it's 105 degrees outside, and you're playing at, 6:30. They'd be out there warming up at 5 p.m.
Oh,
at the
God,
heat
they'd
of the
melt
day. It'd
out
be
there,
awful.
man. Nobody wants to sit
you
out
have
there in
to,
that.
but
you would think in Texas they don't believe in the heat and what's changing. They would just have an open roof.
Put some jeans on, you'll be all right.
Players have a union, and they can.
We don't want to play in that heat.
We ain't playing in that.
I was laughing so hard. I was like, that's right. The game's about to start. Let's turn it on. The festivities, it was like 5 o'clock. And I think right when I turned it on, they had like 3 straight videos where it was like the ball players walking into an old saloon and there were wanted posters. And then they went to commercial and then let's do the national anthem. And then they came back and here's a guy on a bull. Look at that. He's on a bull. We're in Texas. And they had the ropers out for the starting lineups. And I was cracking up at the start of it of like, yep, okay. I forgot that we were in Texas. I'm glad that I now remember that. The game was fine. Skeens was great. Couple of dingers. That's fun. Logan Webb was horrible, so that was cool to watch.
Yeah.
I don't have any other takeaway other than the embarrassment that the uniforms were.
What happened to the uniform?
That is the biggest embarrassment. Now, there was a report that came out yesterday by, I think, somebody who was a Rangers beat writer who was doing this like scrum with Rob Manfred, and they were peppering him with what are we doing with these? Why don't we go back to team uniforms? And he said that's on the table for next year. I'll believe it when I see it. But you give me back the home team. So last night would have been the American League. They wear their white home jerseys. And all the guys on the National League teams wear their road gray jerseys. Everybody's got road gray jerseys. And that's how you play an all-star game. That's the way it should be. You're prideful of your city. You get to see your team's logo and colors out there. Whatever these neon pink and green and teal, whatever the hell we were doing last night, it was awful and it was distracting.
Literally only one player I thought pulled off the uniform from either team.
Who looked good?
Ellie De La Cruz.
I mean, he looks good.
He looks cool. You could put him in any uniform and go, that doesn't look good. I think he could pull off every uniform.
Plaid uniform. He can do anything.
His build, the way he looks, his swag, he just looks good in everything. What I will say on the uniform, because it's universally being bagged, I think baseball woke up today the way that singer did and went, we need to go to rehab for uniform stuff.
We got an answer on that one quickly.
Look, we know what it is. He just won't come out and say it. We're trying to get your money.
They want to sell more
you to
jerseys.
buy a jersey. Here's a hot take, Rob Manfred in baseball. Take the regular jersey, home or road, both, right? Slap a little all-star patch on it, and people will buy it. Yeah. Breaking news. You want an all-star jersey? Yeah. Slap a patch of whatever the year is on the regular uniform, and people can go buy the Pittsburgh Pirate regular Paul Skeens uni
with an all-star patch.
With the 2024 all-star patch. I would much rather own any Brave all-star stuff in a normal uniform than pretend to want to buy that crap.
Whenever I saw them show a fan in the stands that was wearing one of the all-star jerseys, I laughed at them loudly in my living room.
I didn't think that there were people who actually bought them. I thought they were family members or friends getting them for free. Yes.
Like if you want to spend $100, jerseys are not a cheap endeavor.
No.
Those are incredibly expensive. Like if you get authentic sports jerseys, that's a wildly expensive thing to buy. And if you're buying that, of all the jerseys you could go buy, that's the one that you want to go buy. Good luck to you, buddy. Have fun with that.
What was your favorite part of the game, I guess I would ask?
The Skeens part, probably.
Opening.
The rest of the game, it was just background noise for me. I was doing stuff around the house and cooking dinner and walking around. So I was keeping an eye on it, but I watched the first 2.5, 3-ish innings, basically sitting down on the couch with the little guy. And Skeens, to me, was the headliner. What he has done is remarkable. To have 11 or 12 starts and start an All-Star game, the guy was drafted a year ago. He's the starter in the All-Star game. You can make an argument he's already the best pitcher in baseball. Seeing him go against, who did he face? Quan, Soto. He ended up getting Judge.
He got to
Gunnar
Judge.
Henderson.
He got Gunnar. He walked Soto.
And then Judge grounded out.
I was wondering if he sort of did that on purpose.
Judge couldn't be a little more patient.
Judge.
Yeah, give me a couple of. Yeah, Joe Davis was trying to sell that all big, and it's one pitch ground out. Okay.
I mean, it was 100 down the middle. I get it. But come on, man. Take more than one pitch. Give us 10 minutes of something,
That to me was the thing I was most excited for, and he lived up to the hype last night.
Also, Jaron. Well, who was the MVP?
Jaron Duran.
Jaron Duran. Thank you. He kind of proved a point I've had since I was a kid. If you hit the last home run, you become the MVP.
That's how it works. Yep. And you got to win. Winning side, last home run, you get the MVP every year.
Unless you do something truly spectacular and amazing. If you rob a home run or something, I mean.
The Torrey Hunter, Barry Bonds in the Tide year, still one of my favorite All-Star memories ever.
That's an all-timer. And this continues the trend, the random trend. I want to see how many years we're at
I think they've won 11 of the last 12.
I mean, it's insane.
The National League won last year, and that was the first time in 12 years.
They had one, the last
they won
time.
16 of 20.
What is that?
I don't know. The National League in the 70s and 80s owned the American League.
Because the AL ain't winning the World Series titles that way. It's a really weird thing.
We even flipped Ohtani. He was an American League guy. Now he's a National League guy.
Doesn't matter.
We still can't. He even hit a bomb. We still can't win with Ohtani on our side.
I know.
Yeah, they've won one since 2012. They had a run where they won in 10, 11, and 12. And then didn't win again until 2023, and then lost again last year. So the American League continues their dominance.
I'll give you a bold take. I've always comped Rob Manfred to Michael Scott. It doesn't make sense. He's clearly a little bit of an idiot.
Yes.
But somehow baseball's doing really well under his leadership. He's made all these big changes that people like, and all these branches are looking at him going, "What are you doing?" And he's like, and he can't really explain it. I think they're going to go back to the uniforms next year. They're going to go back to their regular team unis. I think the noise was pretty loud last night on social media.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to abandon this idea of doing weird, out-of-left-field unis that nobody likes.
Well, it's one of those things that, I know for every market it's a little bit different, but the cool thing about All-Star games is getting a chance to see mainly your guys, or for, sometimes local guys like Adley playing and stuff, but it's seeing your guys play in the game. And I waited around to see Heliot Ramos get an at-bat. He ended up striking out in the 7th inning, but I'm like, I wonder when he's going to get up. That was one of the main reasons I was watching. Logan Webb had a horrible night, but there's something about turning the game on and they're wearing your uniform. And
you get excited about
there's an aspect of pride of that guy's from my team, whereas if you don't have the uniform on, how many fans out there couldn't even tell you who that guy plays for? How many players came up either as a pitcher or a hitter last night?
A little bit of the football thing. You couldn't see the face. And
I have no clue who, because there's a logo on the hat, but you can't really tell because they're all the same color. It's not color scheme.
Well, it was only on the fielding hat. It wasn't on the helmet.
It wasn't even on the helmet.
Said AL or NL. So there was a patch somewhere on their sleeve from their major
and you're not
league
picking
team.
up on that. So it's like, it's a great way to grow the game of I turn it on. I don't know who Ellie De La Cruz plays for. I turn that game on. I'm like, damn, this guy's fun to watch. And he's wearing a Cincinnati Reds jersey. Yeah. Next time there's a Reds game on, maybe I'll watch it on TV.